You ever look around and say, the whole world's doing it. Why shouldn't I be doing it too? The whole world looks like they're having fun. You drive through New York City and it looks like the place is a blast. Wow, look at that theater, that place. I gotta go there. If everyone else is doing it, why don't I go there too? I'd like to share with you an answer from an incredible mashal from the Chafetz Chaim. Chafetz Chaim says there was once a king, and the king was riding on the road with his chariot with many stallions, horses in front and stallions behind, and officers on those horses. And he stops at a spot and he sees on the side of the road, in the dirt, in the mud, is a man, a young man. And he looks homeless. He's tattered clothing, overgrown, foul odor. And he tells one of his officers, put this man on the chariot. The officer says, Your Highness, are you sure? He says, I'm sure. He puts the man on the chariot and brings him to the palace. And the king says, give him a shower, give him a haircut, give him a shave, give him new clothing. You know what? Give him something to eat. Put him in a beautiful, fresh room. And he puts the young man, they set him up with all that stuff. And the next day the king says, you know what? Let's start giving him education. Let's teach him science. Let's teach him math. Let's teach him culture and sophistication and etiquette. And they do so for a few years. Finally, after 3 years, the king says, he's ready. He's ready to marry the princess. He's ready to marry my daughter. And the king makes a gorgeous affair. Humongous hall, high ceilings, beautiful drapery, dishes and governors from all over the land. Every meat, every delicacy, gold and silver. A beautiful wedding. And after the wedding is over, the new prince and princess leave the hall happy. 3 months later, the king is driving on the road and he's riding in his chariot. And he has stallions in front of him and behind, and he has many officers. And it's pouring rain. And he stops at a spot, and he all of a sudden looks on the side of the road at the same spot. And there's a puddle, and it's muddy and dirty. And in the puddle is the same guy, the prince. He says, what? I gave you a chance to live in the palace. I gave you a chance to live a life of royalty. You went back to the mud. Stay there. Says the Chafetz Chaim, Hashem says to the Jewish people, I gave you a chance to live in the palace. I know the rest of the world is running after all those images. They never had the same opportunity as you. They never had a chance to learn sophistication and culture. They don't have a Shabbat. They don't know the beauty of sitting at a Friday night table. They never had a chance to daven to me. They never had a chance to make a beracha on food. They never had a chance to have our marriage. Of course they're running after all the mud because they never had a chance to live in the palace. But you were given a chance to live like royalty. Why would you run after that? So you want to know why the world is running after nonsense? Because they don't know the alternative. You do. Don't ever find yourself in the mud when you have a chance to live in the palace.